Hello boys and girls, welcome to the Math Club. In this video, we're gonna revise some questions about Unit 2. Let's take a look at some questions here. Question 11. Find the nth term of the sequence 9, 17, 25, 33, 41. As we said before, to find the nth term of an arithmetic sequence, we have to use the rule that we talked about, which says A1 plus dn minus d. This formula here, or this rule, we have to memorize it because we're going to use it. Now, A1 is what? Very good. A1 is the first term, which is 9. Very good. And then, how do we find D? Very good. D is the difference between them. Now, how do we find the difference? By subtracting each number by the number before it. So 17 minus 9 equals 8. So the first difference is positive 8. So I come here and write positive 8. And then 25 minus 17, 25 minus 17 equals 8. Same idea with all the terms. So 33 minus 25 equals 8. So the difference is positive 8 or plus 8. So I'm going to use it here. The difference is positive 8 or 8. Now, I have A1 and I have D. So I'm going to use it in this formula here. Now, let's do it together. Let's use this space here. So I know that A1 is 9. So I'm going to put 9. Okay. Plus the D is what? Very good. It's 8. So 8n minus D, which is 8 again. Now, I'm going to work out this constant with this constant. And this one, I'm going to put it the same. So it's going to be 8n. 9 minus 8 equals what? Very good. I take the sign of the bigger number, which is positive, and then subtract them, which is 1. So here I found the nth term of this sequence. And this is how you answer a question like this. So we're going to use this formula to find the nth term of arithmetic sequence. The A1 is the first term and the D is the difference. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 12, expand and simplify. Expand and simplify these expressions. Now here, we're going to expand first. We have to expand the negative 4 inside the bracket like this. And then simplify the rest of the terms or variables. Now, first we write this as it is. So it's going to be 9k plus 14. And then we're going to expand this. So negative 4 times 3k. It's going to be what? Very good. Negative 12k. And then negative 4 times negative 6 is going to be plus 24. Good job. Now to simplify, we're going to do what? We're going to add and subtract like terms. And the meaning of like terms, it means they have the same variables or both of them are constants. So here we have 9k minus 12k. When we have different signs, we're going to take the sign of the biggest number, which is the minus of the 12, and write it. And then we subtract 12 minus 9. So 12 minus 9 equals 3. Very good. So negative 3k. And then we have these two constants here, plus 14 plus 24. So 14 plus 24 equals 38. So it's going to be positive 38. And now, after finding this expression, we notice that there are no like terms. So we can't work them up together. We have a constant and a variable with coefficient. So we can't work them up together. And this is the final answer for this question. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question 13. In question 13, expand and simplify, same idea. So we're going to expand and simplify these two brackets. Now we notice that these two brackets are an answer for a factorizing question. So when we factorize quadratic equations, or expressions, we're gonna end up with two brackets like these. So this is the opposite of factorizing. We're gonna expand them and the answer will be a quadratic equation or expression. Now, let's do it together. First, we have to know how do we factorize these. To factorize these, we're gonna take the first one here, multiply it by the first one here, and then by the second one. And we're going to do the same idea for the second part, multiply it by the first one and then by the second one. And we will write the answer and then we will simplify the parts together. So let's start with the first part here. W times W equals W squared. Very good. And then W times negative 5, it's going to be negative 5W. Very good. Now, we end up here with the first part. We finished W. Now we're going to start with the second part, which is positive 4. Positive 4 times W equals, very good, positive or plus 4W. And then positive 4 times negative 5. Positive times negative equals negative, and 4 times 5 equals 20. Good job. Now, when we expand, this is what we get. And then we will start simplifying now. Simplifying means what? It means adding and subtracting like terms. Now, the only like terms that we have are these. Negative 5 plus 4W. So here, first we're going to write this as it is. So W squared. Let's write it like this, yes. And then when we simplify these, negative 5 plus 4 equals what? Very good. We're going to take the sign of the bigger number, which is negative, and then 5 minus 4 equals 1, and we write the W. Now, the coefficient of the W is 1. Most likely we don't write it. We don't write it in most questions, but it's okay if you wrote it. And then we have negative 20. We write it as it is. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question 14. We're going to solve this equation here. In this equation, we notice that we have an equal sign here, and we have two sides of the equation. So we're going to work out the two sides together using the equal sign. As you can see here, we have a 5, which is divided by. We're going to take this 5 and put it in the other side, and because it's divided by, I'm going to multiply it by the other side. This is the first step that we do. So we're going to say what? 7x plus 1 equals, we took the 5 to the other side by multiplying, so it's going to be 5 multiplied by the whole thing, or the whole side. So the 5 will be multiplied by 2x plus 5. Very good. Now, I'm going to start with the expanding here. I'm going to expand the 5 here and here. I'm going to write this the same, 7x plus 1 equals 5 times 2x equals 10x. Very good. And then 5 times 5 equals plus 25. Good job. Now, I'm going to put the variables in one side and the constants in one side. So I'm going to take the 7x and take it to the other side. It's going to be negative 7x. And I'm going to take the 25 here to the other side is going to be negative 25. So I end up with what? Negative 25 plus 1 equals 10x minus 7x. Very good. Now I'm going to work these constants and variables together. So here I have negative 25 plus 1. So the answer will be negative because it's the bigger number. And we subtract them and we get 24 equals. And then we have 10x minus 7x. So 10 minus 7 equals 3. and we put the x. Very good. Now, the 3 is multiplied by the x, so I'm going to take it to the other side by division. So the x equals what? Negative 24 divide 3. And then when we divide them, the answer will be negative 8. And this is the final answer for this question. And this is how you answer a question like this. So first thing we did, we took the 5 to the other side by multiplying. And then we expanded the 5 with this bracket. And we got these terms. And then we work out the terms together. We got negative 24 equals 3x. And then because the 3 is multiplied by the x, I took it to the other side by division. So negative 24 divided 3 equals 8 in negative sign. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 15. Question 15 here says, the first term of a sequence is 11. So the first one is 11. And then the term-to-term rule is what? Subtract 4, so it's negative 4. And the meaning of term-to-term rule, it means when you move on from one term to another, you do what? In this sequence here, we subtract 4. Very good. Now, they need the fifth term of the sequence. We can answer this in an easy way by writing all the terms here. So, the first term is what? Is 11. We write it here. And then, let's make it bigger so we can see it. So, 11. So, this is the first term. And then we will write the second term by subtracting 4. So 11 minus 4 equals what? Very good, 7. And then the third term is what? By subtracting 4, it's going to be 3. Very good. And then the fourth term, 3 minus 4 equals, very good, minus 1. And then the fifth term, minus 1 minus 4 equals minus 5. And this is the answer of the question. So, as we said, the first term is 11, and the term-to-term rule is negative 4, or subtract 4. So, each time we go from a term to another, we subtract 4. This is the idea. So, we say 11 minus 4 equals what? Equals 7. And then 7 minus 4 equals 3. And then 3 minus 4 equals negative 1. And then the last one, which is the fifth one, minus 4 equals negative 5. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. Question B. A different sequence has the nth term 3n minus 7. So here we know the nth term, which is 3n minus 7. So we're going to use it to find the terms of a sequence. Now the question says find the first 4 terms of the sequence. Now as we said, these are the order of the terms. This is the first one. And the order of the term is what? Is n. Very good. So if we take the number and put it instead of n here, we will end up with the term. So we will find the first 4 terms here using this nth term. So we write the first term n equals 1, and then n equals 2 the second one, and then n equals 3 the third one, and then n equals 4 the fourth one, which is the last one. Now with the first one here, let's put a line here so we can find it out. We're going to take this nth term and we're going to substitute n with the number that we have, which is 1 here, and 2, 3, and 4. So we know the numbers that we're going to use instead of n. Let's start with the first one. So 3, and then we use 1 instead of n, minus 7. So 3 times 1 is 3, minus 7 equals, very good, minus 4. So this is the first term of a sequence. And then second one is what? 3 and minus 7. Very good. We're going to use the same. So 3 multiplied by 2 minus 7. And remember, this is the nth term that we're using, which is this formula here. 3n minus 7. So 3 times 2 equals what? it's 6. And then 6 minus 7 equals what? Very good, minus 1. And then the next one, we have n equals 3. So 3 multiplied by 3 minus 7. 3 times 3 is 9. Minus 7 equals 2. And this is the third term. And then the last one, which is 4. So 3 times 4 minus 7. So 3 times 4 is 12. And then we have 12 minus 7 equals 5. And this is the fourth term. So we use the nth term, which is 3n minus 7 here. Wait, yes. And then we use it here to find the nth term, or to find the term, or the four terms of the sequence. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question C. A boy writes a sequence with the nth term 8n minus 1. His sister writes a sequence that begins with 4, 13, 22, and 31. So the boy has an nth term here, and the girl wrote a sequence here. Now the question is, what is the first three-digit number that will be in both of their sequences? We need the first three-digit number in each sequences. So here we have two sequences. This is sequence number 1, and this is sequence number 2. And we need the first three-digit number that will be in both sequences, in both of their sequences. So basically, finding one of them will be enough. You don't have to find both of them, because he said here in the question, what is the first three-digit number that will be in both of their sequences? So basically, it's the same. Now, we will take a look at the question here, and then we will find out what's happening, okay? Now, first we have 8n minus 1. Let's work both of them together, and then find out if it's the same or not. Let's make this smaller, okay? First, let's put a line here, so we can work on both sides. Here we have 8n minus 1. So what we need is a first three-digit number. So using this sequence, to find a three-digit number, it means n, when you multiply it by 8, you must have a three-digit number. Now, we can use several numbers. We can start using, for example, 10. If we say n is 10, it means we're going to multiply like this, 8 by 10, and then subtract 1. 8 times 10 is 80, minus 1 is not a three-digit number. So we're going to go up with the n. For example, we say n equals what? 8 times 12, for example. 8 times 12 is 96, so 13 times 8, yes. So the first one that I got is 13. So 13 times 8. So if n equals 13 here, if n equals 13, this is the first three-digit number in the boy's sequence, because when you multiply 8 by 12, you get 96, and it's not a three-digit number. So the first one is n equals 13. So I'm going to say 8 times 13. And how do I know this? By using the calculator. When I multiply 8 by 13, I will get a three-digit number. So 13 times 8 is what? Is 104. And then I continue the sequence, which is minus 1. So it's 104 minus 1 equals what? 103. Very good. 103. And this is the first three-digit number in the boy's sequence. Now I'm going to check with the girl's sequence. To check with the girl's sequence, I'm going to do what? Very good. Find the nth term. So to find the nth term here, I'm going to do it like this. First, I'm going to write the sequence. So 4, let's zoom. Yes, let's zoom here. So 4, 13, Okay, and after that we have 22 and 31. So 22, and then we have 31. Now first, we know that this is A1. So A1 equals 4. And the difference is what between them? We subtract them. So 13 minus 4 is what? 13 minus 4 equals 9. So we add 9 here. And then we have 22 minus 13. 22 minus 13, it's 9. So we add 9 here. And 31 minus 22 is 9, so positive 9. And 9 here is the D. Very good. So we know the A1, which is 4, A1, and we know the D, which is 9. Now I'm going to use this information to find the nth term of the sequence. I'm going to put a line here so I can work here. Now, we said that to find the nth term of a sequence, we use this formula, which is A1 plus Dn minus D. We know that A1 is what? It's 4. Very good. So I'm going to use it here. So 4 plus, and the D is what? 9. Very good. So 9Dn minus 9. Now I'm going to continue solving this formula. I'm going to do these together because they are like terms and they are constants. So we have 9n, 4 minus 9 equals minus 5. Very good. Now I have the nth term of the girl's sequence. I'm going to use it to find the first three-digit number the same way I used it with the boy. Now we have 9n minus 5. I'm going to write it here. So 9n minus 5. So I need a number. When you multiply it by n, when you multiply it by 9 and you subtract 5 from it, it's going to be what? Very good. It's going to be a three-digit number. So I'm going to try here. 9 times 12 equals 108. When I go down, 9 times 11, it's going to be 99. So 11 doesn't work, so 12 works because it's 108. So I'm going to put 12 here. So n equals 12 for me here. For the girl sequence. Wait. So n, wait. N equals 12. Okay. So 9 times 12 equals what? Very good. It equals 108. And then minus 5 equals, very good, 103. And by finding this number, I find out that it is the same number in the boy and the girl's sequence. And it's the first three-digit number in both sequences. And this is how you answer a question like this. And focus on trying the numbers with the 8, for example, here. I multiplied the 8 by 12. I got a two-digit number. That's why I used 13. And same idea with 9. I multiplied 11. I got 99, so it's not working. And I used 12, and I got 108. And when I subtract 5, I get 103. And this is the first three-digit number for both sequences. And this is how you answer a question like this. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.